right from the start. We were hanging on. Right, we've made it into the quarter-finals of the Europa Conference League. And of course, it had to be, we've drawn Aston Villa. Honestly, this is probably the tie that I wanted the most and the least at the same time. They're one of the biggest teams that we've faced so far, and honestly, this is going to take something special. So let's see how this one plays out. Before we get into that though, we've got a few important league games, and you might remember from the last episode that we are hot on the heels of Celtic, so we need to do all the winning that we can, and hope and pray that they drop some more points. As Keskinen goes close a couple of times in the first half, first shot goes over, second shot saved, and then finally in the 38th minute, our shot deflects straight to Keskinen and he makes the breakthrough, scoring the goal, well deserved. And then just before half time, Cullen plays it back, the shot's blocked, comes back out wide to Balalovic, he turns on his left foot, gets it back from Milne, plays it into the middle, and Ours there to make it 2-0 right before half time. That Our goal was actually the last real chance of the game, and that's how the scoreline finished as we won 2-0. We had an absolute enormous amount of shots, 32 shots to their 5 with an XG of 4.2, so we definitely should have won that game by more, but we got the 3 points nonetheless. And after that, another win to the collection. Obviously, we've got Rangers coming up next, and then we've got that massive tie against Aston Villa away in the first leg at Villa Park, so fingers crossed we can take this form that you can see. We've only lost that one game against Monaco recently. Hopefully we can take that into that game with a bit of confidence and see how we get on. Thought it'd be a good idea to have a look at the Aston Villa team. Obviously, as an Aston Villa fan, I am very much aware of the players that they've currently got. So I was interested to see who they'd actually brought in. And I couldn't actually really see anyone. The starting 11 was the exact same as what usually plays in real life. So they've made 4 signings this season, spending 89 million, but not entirely sure where they are. They did confirm the Harvey Elliott deal. That one, they actually played him enough, unlike real life, to fully sign him for 30 million. And then this season, they spent 35 million on Nicholas Milenkovic from Forest, and he has played 2 games in the Cup and hasn't appeared in the Premier League at all. I mean, make that make sense. They've also paid 35 million for Diakite from Bournemouth, who's made 1 sub-appearance. So, also, I'm not entirely sure who's in charge of these signings, but they need sacking because that is a crazy amount of money to spend. To spend 89 million on 4 players and only one of them has actually played more than a handful of times. It's crazy. But before we had to worry about the starting lineup that Villa were going to play against us, we had another game against Rangers, obviously one of our biggest games of the season, especially considering where we sit in the table with how many games are left. And 26 minutes in, Redondo with the only real chance of the first half having his shot saved. And then again, the only real chance of the second half was a shot from Asgard coming in from outside the box just over the bar, and a game of very few chances with the scoreline finishing at 0-0. And unfortunately, it means we do drop down to second in the table now. But now, on to the important one. Aston Villa coming up next. Like I say, the first leg, we were away at Villa Park, and those 2 £35 million signings, not even in the squad at all. Starting off with McGinn playing the ball into the middle with Harvey Elliott's shot being blocked by Litherland. The resulting corner from that caused absolute chaos as Conce's header was saved on the line by Proctor and then cleared off the line by Milanovic before Proctor gratefully... Funny to note, actually, Proctor is on loan from Aston Villa, so obviously wouldn't get away with this if we were both in the same league, but European competition allows it, as Marlon's shot is saved by Proctor to keep the scoreline at 0-0. Another chance for Aston Villa, though. 30 minutes in, corner gets cleared out to Tielemans, who finds Harvey Elliott down the right. He plays it back to McGinn, whose shot hits the post, and thankfully we live to fight another day. 38 minutes in, though, that day has come as McGinn goes down the right, cuts in on his left foot, and Proctor probably should have done better, to be honest. Probably remembered who was in charge of his wages and career going forward, as he let that one go under him, and that is how the first half finished. Not too many chances in the second, As McGinn goes past his man in the 80th, puts back onto his right foot, goes for the near post, but thankfully it's blocked by Noster. Our first chance of the game, coming in the 90th minute, shows how good we were as Lazatic fires over from outside of the box. So, yeah, not the greatest of chance. And then, literally from that goal kick, Villa lump it forward to Donny Marlin, 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he sends his shot wide. And thankfully, doesn't go in. The last chance of the game coming in the 96th minute, though, as Litherland's header is saved by Emi Martinez down to his right, cleared out, but that will be the last touch of the game and the last action as we lose the first leg 1-0. Yeah, I don't think that's the worst result in the world, taking them back to Pittodrie with just a 1-goal deficit. Between the first and second leg, we have another tie against Dundee, and we had 1 day's rest before playing this game. So 8 changes were made, and that was showing quite quickly as we go 1-0 down inside the first 2 minutes. Thankfully, though, as Dundee get a corner in the 39th minute, we managed to clear it to Brenner and counter-attack, leaving us 2-on-2. Louis Barry finds Brenner back out on the right-hand side. He cuts back, gives it to Amaro. Amaro fires it into the middle, and Dan goes there to equalise, to get us back level before half-time. So the match stats at half-time, they're certainly hinting that we've made 8 changes as we're currently being outshot by Dundee. But at the 93rd minute, literally the last chance of the game, Bilalovic gets brought down for a penalty, and in true Fergie time fashion, Liam Cullen steps up, sends the keeper the wrong way to give us the win and give us the chance and the hunt to still be alive for the league. As you can see from the table there, that win puts us back level on points with Celtic. Now, our biggest game of the season so far, we've got it all to do in this second leg against Villa. Obviously, 1-0 down from the first leg, so can we overturn this? Their lineup's pretty much the same as last time, with Donny Marlin starting up top. Not sure where Ollie Watkins is, not in the squad at all, so I'm going to assume that he's injured because I didn't see him on the outgoings on the transfer history. And the only real chance of that first half, this was a game of very few chances, I'll add. Our first chance was the first chance of the game, really, as Auer, on the left-hand side, pulls it back to Keskinen, who lays it off to Amaro and gets us back level in the tie in the 46th minute, right before half-time, putting us in a great position to try and go on and actually completely win the tie. To see Keskinen plays it through to Auer. Auer with a cheeky back heel to Keskinen, who looks like he's going to try and shoot himself, but decides to lay it off to Amaro, who fires in at the near post to get us back level in the tie and put us 1 goal up in this game. Like I say, a game of very few chances. We're going at the half, 1 goal to the good, but we've managed to limit Aston Villa to 0 shots in the first half. So if we can do the same in the second half, we'll be progressing through to the semi-finals. And we started like we meant to go on, as straight from the kickoff, Auer getting it on the right-hand side, going through towards goal, firing into the side netting. So, yeah, looking dangerous. We get the ball back, though, in the 66th minute after Disasi decides to try a little back heel, giving us possession back. And Brandon Williams plays Keskinen down the left-hand side. His cross, then blocked by Disasi, completely sends the goalkeeper the wrong way and goes in at the near post. The biggest slice of luck to put us ahead 2 goals in this game, but more importantly, 2-1 on aggregate in the whole tie. Like I say, Brandon Williams playing in behind to Keskinen. Disasi trying to get back to make up for his mistake of giving the ball away and catches the goalkeeper wrong-footed as he's expecting it to go into the middle. And yeah, puts us ahead 2-0 now. We weren't satisfied with just the 2 goals in the lead though, as we go looking for another one in the 76th minute. Brandon Williams plays it into Keskinen. Keskinen with a through ball to find Cullen 1-on-1 with Martinez. Probably shoots too early. And we let Aston Villa off there as that was a great chance. So, last 15 minutes, all we've got to do now is hold on. They've only had 2 shots, still nothing on target at this point. And as long as things stay the same, we're going through to the semi-finals. 4 minutes of injury time. And thankfully, nothing actually happens. No more highlights, no more chances. and we are progressing through to the semi-finals of the Conference League, and we'll see who we play next. So, after knocking out Aston Villa, you can see who we've got next, and we've got the harder tie out of the 2 matches again, because, you know, why not? As we play Sevilla now in the semi-finals of the Conference League. Lazio have got the easier tie out of the 2 of us, we'll say, as they play a team from Istanbul. I'm not going to try and pronounce that last name because, yeah, I'm going to absolutely butcher that. But yeah, we're certainly having to do this the hard way. So, we just knocked out Aston Villa. And honestly, I still can't quite believe it. But now, we're 1 step away from a European final. Sevilla next, and this is getting very real now. If you like the video, please do me a favour and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next episode where we take on Sevilla.